like and subscribe, and let's get straight to it. I am a foundational black African American Hebrew Israelite. To say that I am just black says that I have no history, and that would discard Deuteronomy 28, I believe it is, in the Bible. And the Bible is my history. So if I call myself a black American, then I lose my spiritual history. I know nothing about Jesus and everything about Yahshua. Jesus is an illusion that satisfies the ego, the narcissism of Caucasians. Not into that. I feel the vibrations of Yahuwah in my body through my melanated skin. You see, our melanated skin is an antenna, and it feels the vibrations in music. Music kept us on code. Music kept us on code. We feel the beat and the rhythm in music. Caucasians did not know that there were beats and rhythms in music. This is why slaves would sing. It would keep them on code. They could feel, the Caucasians could hear the music, but they didn't pick up on the vibrations and the frequencies that we receive through our melanated skin. Now when it comes to Yahuwah, I know him, I feel him, for I am of the same frequency. Melanin is an antenna. It picks up frequencies and vibrations. We are all in elemental alignment. We are in elemental alignment, therefore of the same spiritual frequencies. We sing, we dance, we feel, we acknowledge the same rhythms and beats that some did not know were there. Slave masters told their slaves, you can't speak to each other. But they didn't realize the code was in the music. They thought they could steal our souls, but in the music was our DNA codes that we heard and we felt. For our melanated skin is an antenna that reaches back through time and space unerased. Within the sounds of drums where frequencies abound, we were surrounded in spiritual peace. The ears hear sounds, the soul picks up frequencies that speak. Their ears hear empty rhythms and beats, but we pick up frequencies that constantly align our elements. All human beings are elementals, and within us are different elements. Our minds united in frequencies, to them unheard. They dance out of tune, unaware of the spiritual sounds that speak to the soul. For every slave attack upon our souls, a new music grows. From slavery came spirituals that touched and awoke the souls. From Jim Crow came blues. From the fight for civil rights came jazz. Then came rhythm and blues to free us from the past. And this is when I say free us from the past, this was in the 50s and 60s, and it led to what? Civil rights and voting rights. It was all through the music. Now, here's the twist. Then there was rap to protest police violence, and they changed that to that bastard rap, gangster rap, where they started calling women, where women were being called hoes, this and that. But understand, listen, this is important. Before that, before gangster rap, women, if you called a woman a bitch or a whore, she would get mad at you. Those were fighting words. Now, because of gangster rap, you got women calling themselves bitches and hoes and talking about going on 3 or 4 hoe phases. You see how the music touched the soul? You see how the music touched the soul? Thought is living force. Use it wisely and well. Because there are, even when you go to sleep, that music is in our thought waves. That music is in our thought waves. And while you sleep, you can pick up those frequencies. You can pick up those frequencies when you are asleep. Thought is living force. So what did they do? They attacked our music. They attacked our music. And they tried to, and they turned it into gangster rap. And then they told these young rappers that if the music that you produce was not gangster rap, then you're not going to get paid for it. So they wanted to make some money, right? So they said, okay, then forget it. I'll just make gangster rap. Bitches, hoes, okay, whatever you want to make some money. Then they flipped the script on that. And they told these young rappers, you want to make some money? Bend over. Open your mouth. You want to make some money? In some cases, they drugged them. This is the Sean Combs era. Then they started East-West Coast altercations. See, you could do that with gangster rap, but you couldn't do that when they rapped against police violence. It wasn't in the thought wave. Antennas didn't pick that up. And now they think that they're on top of the game. But guess what? Now that they've stolen our music and taken us off, and think they've taken us off code, guess what we did? We invented the internet. We invented the internet, which is a more powerful medium of communications. And that's why you have those coups going on in Africa right now, because of information being passed through the internet. And the internet can't stop that. Have you ever heard or read George Orwell's book, 1984? Well, they're trying to pull the 1984 on us. But the only thing George Orwell didn't know about was the internet. He did not foresee the internet. And we created the internet. We created the internet. And we did it to fight the backlash of gangster rap. Now we're becoming more intellectualized, spiritually intellectual. From Africa to the Brazil, to Mexico, to the United States, to Asia. Wherever we are in the world, we got the internet, and it's going to connect us. But see, let me further explain this. Music is what connected us, because our melanated skin is an antenna. It picks up frequencies and vibrations. Understand